purpose of man is what is to dominate, is to rule, is to be in charge, is to be in control, is to find the best out of everything that God has created. The question is, what is human? Anything that pertains to, anything that concerns human is your business, is my business. So I feel to come and share this tips with you that what is human. Because when you understand human, you understand yourself, you understand what you are meant to do here, finding your purpose, finding what is significant and essential in life won't be a big problem. Some people are saying that, okay, I'm finding out to discover my purpose, I'm finding out to find the essence of my living, is because you have not really gotten down to the root of what is human, why humanity, why did God created you, why did God created everything you see around you, the seeds, the cattle, everything. So I'm here to break it down. And if this bothers you, if this connects with you, just kindly listen and sit back to watch this podcast. So, what is human? Now, let me start by saying that human is beyond the soil, the animals, the trees, the oceans, the plants, the sun, everything that has been created, man is greater than them. So you are bigger, you are much more valuable in the sight of the Creator. And you must also know that there was a being, probably that might be the meaning, that created everything, called the God, the Creator of heaven and earth. He created everything that was ever made and existing here on earth and even in heaven. That's because there is visible and there is invisible world. So we find ourselves in the visible world. Why we are still an invisible? Because man has a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in the body. So the part of you that I can see right now is your body. The part of you that I can feel, or people around you can feel or sense, that could be emotional. It's your what? It's your body, because there are chemical substances in your body system. So you are emotional. So now let me also come by saying that the word human is from humus. The HU in human is humus, that's the head or the death, while the man there is spirit. So the real man is spirit. The spirit is not a body. So that's why someone can die. So the part of the man that dies is the body. The spirit never dies, the soul never dies. All returns back to its source. And the source of everything is God. So there are three levels of creation that God made. We have the creation. The creation includes the, the water, the oxygen, the planet, the space, the sun, the moon, the, the exoplanet. They are the creation, the ecosystem, they are the planet. While the creatures includes the plant, the animal, the soil, sorry, the trees around, they are what? The creatures. While the last set of things that God created is the creators. The creators are human. Why are human creators? In the beginning, that I'll drive back to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 28. It said, and God said, let us make man, 26, and let us make man in our own image. So the image of God that we know is that God is a creator. He's a creator. The first thing we could ever know about God was that He created things. There is nothing we could really understand about God if He never created anything. We could not know that God has the potential, the ability, the capacity to bring out the universe from Himself until He created it, until He bat it out, until He spoke it out. So, human, since we have been known that we are God-like, we are made in the image of God, meaning that you could function like God, you could behave like God, you could have the same result like God. So that's why humans are creators. So we can create things, we can make things better, we can improve on things. Now let me tell you something. Have you ever seen an is it a animal making things better? No, they can only make a survivor for themselves. Probably they just like ants might dig a hole to stay or just try to navigate his roads to get his meal for the day, like lion tend to predate or just get the meal for the day. But there is nothing improving, there is nothing creative about animal, much more than their instinct. Their instinct is just for survival, not to really make a world better place. But humans are what are creators. We could do things. The camera that is in front of me now is a creative work of man. You can bring similar things together or similar things together to give a result. That's the creative nature of man that was put in man by God. Why? Because we have the nature of God. Everything that man will ever created, the resources have been made by God. The resources has been made available to man. So we are creators. Anytime you see man, man is much more valuable than everything. When you see someone keeping pets in the house, you should never value a pet more than another man. No matter how expensive the pet might be, no matter how you treat the pet, make sure you don't treat someone. Make sure you don't treat your neighbor more than you treat a pet, because a pet is just a lower level of animal. It's a lower level of creation compared to man. The highest level of creation that God ever made, that He has to call Elohim. He said, and let us make man. He has to include the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the community of Godhead. I mean, God Himself has a meeting together, like the management board of heaven came together to make sure that man was created. So you are valuable. I am valuable. Never look down on anybody. That's why the Bible even said, honor all men. Honor all men. Everybody must be honored. Everybody must be treated well. Everybody must be valued greatly. I once wrote a book and it was titled More Than Diamond. Probably the link to the book will be in the description below. This book has really transformed the life of many, more than diamond, because humans are more valuable than everything. I get distorted, I get unpleasant. I just find myself uneasy when I see people being treated in a very bad manner, when people are being subjugated, when people are being devalued. That is not the essence of humanity. Humanity are created to rule everything. We are made for dominion, we are made for power, we are made for strength, we are made to thrive in the surface of the earth. He said, and let them have dominion. That is Genesis 1:28. And let them have dominion over everything, with the cattle of the sea, the fowl of the air. Everything that God ever made was for man to dominate. It's for man to rule. They are not meant to rule another man. Yes, being a leader doesn't mean that you are ruling over people. It's you serving people, not ruling over people. You are meant to manage things and lead people. Lead people it's with people's consent. When you do things to people without their consent, is the purpose of man is what is to dominate, is to rule, is to be in charge, is to be in control, is to find the best out of everything that God has created. Everything God has created has its own potential, and the potential won't come to manifestation without the use without man getting involved, without man trying to improve them, we could never know that a tree could, a chair can be produced from a tree. We could never know that furnitures could come out of a tree until a man brought it out. So there are potentials in everything that God has created. There are potentials even in you. You have the capacity to think, you have the capacity to imagine, you have the capacity to bring forth ideas that have not even been seen because of you are a human. Human are greatly rooted from God. They are the greatest gift on the surface of the earth. Humans are gifts for the earth because we are the one to control everything. So whenever you see yourself as being in charge, see yourself as being in control, see the world as your jungle, see the world as a place for you to get the best. There is no other better place you can exercise the gift, the potential that God gives to you, rather than here. You don't think that, okay, some people talk about heaven. Heaven is never a place for you to exercise your potential. Every resources that you could imagine about yourself is for here. And anything that has to be for the world beyond, okay, there will be a separate provision for that. But for being on earth, you have to live peacefully, you have to live well, you have to live godlike. So when you live godlike, you must be able to exercise your power, you must be able to exercise your strength, you must be able to what? To be able to create and bat out new things for yourself, because that's where the value is, that is where your greatness lies, and that's where your true leadership lies. So I submit to you today that let it be that you are a human of strength, of capability. Develop your mental faculty, develop your intellectual faculty, get things sorted out by yourself. You can be in control of circumstances if you can grow in stature, you can grow in wisdom, you can grow in knowledge. Men know that even like the greatest master, that is Jesus Christ, you must know that, and he grew in wisdom and in stature, and he had favor with both God and man. So same thing could happen to you, same thing could happen to me if you're going to develop and what exercise the power that God has given to you. So we are a being of power, a being of strength, a being that has the potential, they have the opportunity to connect with divinity. Yes, you can connect with God because He is spirit. So see yourself unlimited. You're unlimited. You cannot be captured. You are meant to explore and do great things on this planet. And even not just this planet, even the planet that man is still going to discover. So see yourself as the king, and truly you're going to be in charge of whatsoever you do in life. So stay blessed, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video for more better content. Thank you.